No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast containing mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smackin' It Raw podcast. After 2 weeks, we are back. I am your host, the Warden, Matt Ritter, and of course, I did not come along. I brought my co-hosts, Daddy Delgado, the Sultan of Spitter Swallow. Vince, what's going on, man?
Daddy's home. The real Pornhub Poppy is home. Starting off the new year right, Matt.
Talk about that in a second. We also have the interim Pornhub Poppy, Miss Katie Kinsey, baby.
Interim.
Vince,
And
if you don't shut the fuck up.
last but not least, my boy from the Get Yo podcast, Mr. Justin Santos. Justin, what's going on?
Happy New Year, motherfuckers!
It is 2022. This is episode 226 of the Smackin' It Raw podcast, and it is good to be back. Now, preliminarily, if you guys did not watch the latest episode of Spitter Swallow, which is available on YouTube, and you should definitely go do that, as Vince has Katie and I joined him to break down WWE Day One, we did a little discussion about a competition that will be taking place on the Smackin' It Raw podcast going forward this year. I will be tallying the number of appearances from both Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe and Daddy Delgado, and whoever shows up the most in 2022 on the Smackin' It Raw podcast as my co-host will officially be Pornhub Poppy in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
You okay with that, Justin?
Yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, it's kind of like we could have done that ladder match, but all right.
I mean, I threatened to drive to Chicago to beat up Vince, but it was
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is a less violent alternative, although I'm down for some fisticuffs here in Chicago. As long as you treat me to some portillos afterwards.
Chicago street fight. I'm down.
Chicago street fight, yes.
Come
Let's
on,
do it.
I'm in.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
I'm gonna let Justin ref that one. I'm gonna commentate.
There you go. Oh, let's do that.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
so down. I'm so down.
Look. Justin needs to go ahead and make sure that he qualifies for positions before he applies for them. Last time he applied for a position he was not qualified for, he got Benji sent to jail. So
Listen, in Justin's defense, Benji deserved it. So
that's neither here nor there. A good defense attorney will go ahead and get his client off, whether they're guilty or not. I'm just saying.
What you're saying is Justin couldn't get Benji off, but you think you could have got Benji off. That's what I'm hearing.
Pause.
I'm using your words. You said a good defense attorney gets his client off regardless.
that's what I heard.
Moving on.
Moving on. If you guys are looking right here, there is a beautiful NWO Wolfpack style black and red Black Lives Matter shirt on my chest. That is courtesy of Young Kings Wrestling. And as you guys know, you guys can get your black and white and black and pink. And if you ask TC nicely, black and red versions of the Black Lives Matter NWO style t-shirt, and all proceeds from these shirts go to a good cause. They are put into a fund, and that fund is distributed to the people affected by the cause that the Black Lives Matter movement is about. So racial injustice, people who have lost loved ones to police brutality, so on and so forth. So if you are down for the cause, if you support them, please go get yourself a shirt, donate your money, put it towards something good. We are in, or they are in no way, shape, or form affiliated with the actual Black Lives Matter organization. So if that is something you're worried about, rest your minds at ease. There is no affiliation there. The money is directly distributed from TC and Young Kings Wrestling to where it needs to go. And he will let you guys know where and what he's done with the money, so you know that it's going to a good cause. With that being said, some of the news and rumors involves Tony Khan and some comments he made about Big Swole, as well as Brandy Rhodes and a promo that she did last week. So what I've decided is that I'm going to encourage you guys to go listen to Black podcasters and how they feel about this. I'm going to encourage you to go listen to Young Kings Wrestling. I'm going to encourage you guys to go listen to Public Enemies. I'm going to encourage you guys to go listen to Jobber Tears or any of the Black Announce Table, any Black owned, Black operated podcast, to listen to their thoughts, their feelings about these situations, how they felt about what Brandy had to say and the way she delivered it, and how they felt about Tony Khan's comments. Because it's not really my place to tell you how someone feels about something when I'm not the person that's being affected. I in no way, shape, or form was represented in any of these segments, so I'm not going to speak for people that I have no business speaking for. I am going to support them. I'm going to ask that you support them and you go listen and hear what they are saying and understand why there is an issue there with those things. And that's as far as I'm going to go with that one. Other news, since we've been gone for fucking 2 weeks, Toni Storm gone. And apparently she's like, you know what? I missed all these family events. I miss circumcisions. I miss funerals. I miss birthdays. I miss Christmas. Fuck this shit. They don't give a shit about me. I'm not going to be here to just put Charlotte Flair over, in front of the camera and behind it, and peace the fuck out. Left.
Nice.
Nobody's got anything to add.
Well, I wasn't sure if you were taking a break by drinking and then you're going to add something.
Yeah, I thought you were going to add more.
You know how we do this? More. I deliver the news and then you speak.
Yeah, but I thought you were going to talk about more releases because she wasn't the only release. Since
we will talk about that going forward, but Toni Storm is Toni Storm. It was a separate thing. She wasn't released. She quit.
Yeah.
Bye.
But the thing is, I understand, because she's been going hard for such a long time. She had indie dates that she had to do before she went to NXT, and then she was in NXT UK and then NXT. She was going hard ever since she got signed with WWE. So I can understand why she might feel I'm sacrificing a lot for a little, and at the same time, she's not feel like she's getting pushed in the right direction, which I understand. But why? Why list the circumcision part? That's the part that I'm kind of,
yeah, that was a little weird.
Is she gonna help out in that situation?
To be fair, these are major life moments in her family that she missed out on.
True.
It's not just the circumcision. If it's a Jewish family, it's a bris or there's a christening, whatever the case is, there was a major moment where our families got together to celebrate something and I wasn't there.
True. But imagine the family member, it just put my dick out there. Okay.
Well, unless
my
it was
dick,
a grown
my choice.
male.
My skin, my choice.
Oh, here we go.
I've got to assume that the child that got circumcised was probably young enough to not give a fuck or know what was going on.
Oh, let's hold.
When did you get circumcised, Justin, if at all?
At birth.
Okay, Vince, you rocking one of those anteaters or?
Wait, what you say? Am I rocking one of those what?
Anteaters.
Them pretzel dogs. I'm pretzel dogs. Okay, anyway.
You still got a hood or?
So good in the hood over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Yeah, it's not
okay. Okay.
I really honestly wasn't expecting that. Okay.
Why'd you ask it then?
I was just expecting you to say the same thing Justin said. I was circumcised at birth. I really wasn't Like I almost feel a little bad that I called it an anteater, seeing as you're rocking one. Like,
Yeah, I feel bad about the pretzel dog too now.
The pretzel. No, I don't care one way or another. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay.
all right. I got other questions, but we'll save those for after the podcast. So anyway,
Okay.
speaking of more releases, a lot of
I like how we were talking about penises and then you went into releases more.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Nice transition there.
It's the Smackin' Raw podcast. Speaking of more releases, a lot of NXT talent who was behind the scenes during the Black and Gold era, including most notably Samoa Joe and William Regal, have been let go from WWE again. Well, again for Samoa Joe, and well, it's not the first time Regal's been released either. So yeah, again.
True.
Well, second time for Joe in a year.
Yeah.
Well,
basically,
less than a
and
year.
we'll talk about it when we get to NXT, but Black and Gold dead, or Black and Gold brand is dead. This is, Wednesday was the nail in the coffin, and they just cut all of the extra talent. The only people left remotely involved with the Black and Gold are Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels came on kind of near the end towards the beginning of NXT 2.0, so kind of makes sense that he was kept. But yeah, how do you guys feel about the law? Like, it just breaks my heart that we're not going to hear War Games ever again. Like,
I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's funny because, like, this is their own version of the circumcision. But it's just all timing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these
Your
things that
timing
happen,
is wrong, Justin. That's what's wrong.
No, that wasn't smooth.
About as no, I was about to make it.
It wasn't smooth. It wasn't.
No.
I'm sorry. Maybe I should fold it back a little bit. So basically, I think the situation is just not right, especially having New Year's Eve.
yes, New Year's Eve on Wednesday.
New Year's Eve on
This
Wednesday.
is some New Year's Eve right here, man.
It was on Tuesday.
Well, yeah,
Tuesday,
but that's what
Tuesday.
I meant. Like, that's what I mean. Like, they had the big thing, and then all of a sudden, then we had these releases. It's like
release Wednesday, like the day after, like
right, a day
literally.
after. Right, they're like, okay, this is over. Okay, now let's just cut
They're
it
just
off
like,
now.
Bye. See you later.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, all of this kind of just sucks. Like, nothing against NXT 2.0. It's cool for what it is, but I just kind of like grew attached to NXT, the Black and Gold brand, from like its early beginnings from the network all the way up until like towards the end. Even though it wasn't the best product, it was still my favorite wrestling show. And like to this day, like right now, like SmackDown's okay, but it's not what NXT used to be. And NXT 2.0 is fine. It's not geared towards me anymore. Like, I don't know. Strongly, like right now, I don't really have a show I look forward to every week. Everybody's just kind of like an even playing field.
Right.
What about it is not geared towards you anymore?
I guess what I really liked is like just watching all these like indie wrestlers that I saw before the indies going to WWE, having like these dope ass matches. The women's division just being like full force. I love their women's division. Like, the tag team wrestling was fantastic. Just like all these wrestlers, like from like Impact, the indies and everything, just show up, just see their progression grow. And like, I don't know, just the aesthetic, just I don't know, like it's just like I just got endeared to like what NXT was. Like, maybe it's just nothing too specific. Like, there's nothing wrong with NXT 2.0. It's just it doesn't hit the same with me. It just doesn't resonate the same. I'm not saying it's bad.
Maybe that's why it doesn't bother me so much, is I didn't know who the fuck any of these people were before they came to NXT. So like, it wasn't like, oh, I went to Warrior Wrestling and I saw these guys wrestle in fucking a parking lot and shit. I'm talking about him, not you. I saw these guys wrestle in a parking lot and it was dope as shit. So now I can see them wrestle on TV. Like, I didn't have that. I was just like, oh, who the fuck is this? He seems cool. I like him. That was a great match. Like, I didn't have this indie attachment because I don't do indie shit.
To me, it felt like what AEW is minus all the shit that I hate about AEW. If that
Yeah.
makes any sense. If that makes any sense. Because there's a lot of shit I dislike about AEW, and there was very little I disliked about NXT, except for Aaliyah. And they got rid of Aaliyah, and then everything fell apart. So had I known Aaliyah was the key that held everything together, I would have just kept Aaliyah on NXT.
I feel like there was quite a few weeks on this show where you were just like, no, I didn't watch NXT. No, NXT sucks. I don't like, it's not my favorite show anymore. Or am I just hallucinating?
No, and it started towards the end with Karrion Kross. Like I feel like one of the key things was Karrion Kross being NXT champion. It's just it fucking sucked.
Little inside baseball, Karrion Kross almost made Vince quit this podcast. Vince came to me and he's like, listen, I'm so sick of seeing this motherfucker. I feel like all I do is shit on my favorite show. I don't enjoy talking about this anymore. And it's all Karrion Kross's fault.
Exactly. Karrion Kross.
And I told
killed it.
Vince, it's going to be okay. Karrion Kross is going to go away. Just wait. And then they brought out 2.0. And I was like, well, hopefully this goes well.
I love 2.0.
I do too.
Well, did you guys hear that supposedly they're going to come out with rebranded titles?
I mean, I would.
Which
I'm
I'm
not.
fine with.
I wouldn't be surprised.
As
I
long
feel
as
like-
it doesn't look like a Nerf thing, I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like an old man yelling at the clouds.
You
bitching
do realize
about-
that these are already rebranded titles. Like that's not the original NXT title. The
Yeah.
North American title needs to be rebranded. It looks like shit it always has. Until the 24/7 title, the North American title was always the ugliest belt in WWE. That burgundy strap is
Nah, I
ugly as
liked it.
fuck.
I liked it. I
It's
liked it.
trash. No,
I
you're
liked
wrong.
it.
It's trash. We had
So
to
you're
get a
gonna
new
say
They
my
need
belt.
to
opinion
do
is
s-
wrong?
Correct.
They need to
You're
do
wrong. It's
something
trash.
with the cruiserweight and the North American title, like brand them together somehow. Since they are-
Exactly. You take the
two-
North American title design, you add
The
in the
North
purple
American
and the
champion
black.
of the cruiserweights.
You add in the purple and the black strap from the North American title with the purple highlights, or the cruiserweight title with the purple highlights. Freshen it up, make it look good. Make it not one giant thick strap. You know, have a little
But
definition.
isn't the goal to always have a nice thick strap? Like
Not
just
always.
ask Susie. I feel like she disagreed with you here.
Not in this case.
Okay.
We had to get a
Peg.
new women's title after Paige took a cum shot across it, and those videos and photos leaked. So, like, you had
Dude.
motherfuckers were sitting there kissing that belt and shit, realizing that there was Brad Maddox cum all up
Uh-huh.
on their lips and shit,
Yep.
and said, "Fuck it, I need a new belt." So,
We haven't even talked about the shows this week. Like, and this is already derailed. This is already
yeah.
derailed.
So I'm just saying it's not a bad thing for them to rebrand the titles. They've rebranded them before. It's not the first. It's not like these are the original black and gold titles that I've loved, and they're, you know, the heritage of the black and gold. Blah, blah, blah. Like they're already
No. Yeah.
newer-ish titles. Like they're a few years old, but they're
Yeah.
not the original NXT championships.
Yeah.
And
People
the one
just
that
need
is
to
the
get-
newest one is fucking ugly. Sorry, Katie, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, people are just like, oh, they're gonna rebrand everything. The whole fucking show has been rebranded already. The last
Yeah.
step is the titles.
Exactly.
And if they do, tough. You don't look at the title, you look at the person holding the title.
Yeah,
Maybe
or
they-
depending on the person, a little bit lower than the title. Because when Finn Balor had that NXT title, goddamn,
Damn.
God
Goddamn.
the title
Uh,
was just sitting on that hill. Just
I guess
Sit it
maybe I just don't like that it's still being called NXT 2.0. I don't like the name.
You're just bitter.
I am bitter. Let me
Wow.
be bitter.
wow.
Let them be bitter.
Wow.
I'm
Let me
bitter
be
too.
bitter.
We're gonna get into it. I'm super
well,
bitter.
you're bitter for a lot of things.
What, guys? What's going? New year. Come on now. No,
Well,
New Year's-
that's
come
another
on.
point. It's a new year.
Come on, guys.
It's a new show. It's new everything in NXT. Why not get new titles? I mean, I finished Dynamite. I fucking turned on Paramount and I saw titties on cable, like uncensored titties on cable. It is 2022. Who knows what the fuck is going on? I'm not talking HBO. I'm talking on Paramount, full on stripper, bare titties, no censors, no nothing on regular ass TV.
What show is this?
Mayor of Kingstown.
Mayor. Oh,
Oh,
that sounds like a show with that have tits on there. Okay.
Yeah, but it was on Paramount. That's like putting it on USA or TNT. Like it's not like
Yeah.
it was on
yeah.
HBO or Cinemax or
I
some
mean,
shit. I'm just
it is
flipping through the
it is
channels and
streaming.
boom, titties, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So like it's a whole new world in 2022. We can put titties on TV, we can put new belts on NXT. That's all I'm saying.
And apparently we could put champions from other organizations into the Royal Rumble too. Like,
Stop skipping ahead.
Yeah, Jesus, Vince, you know how the show works. Or do
Vince,
you?
No using future sight.
That's his powers.
It's the only move I have.
That's
All
what I'm
right.
saying.
Justin, you're the guest. Where would you like to start? Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW Dynamite, or AEW Rampage?
Let's start in order. Let's go with Raw.
Okay.
What? Let's
Fuck
get
it.
that. I just figured like let's get that out the way. Let's get it out the way, you know.
Got a Paul Heyman promo. He's back to advocating for Brock Lesnar. Brock shouts out Roman sitting at home, says, "Get well soon, buddy." Tells South Carolina to acknowledge him. Paul takes credit for politicking Brock to a win. We got Brock versus the winner of a fatal foursome at the Royal Rumble, and it's just going to be, well, Brock's going to face the winner of the fatal foursome. So it's Big E versus Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. That person will face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. Heyman says KO and Seth should go to SmackDown so Becky doesn't leave Seth, because if Seth loses again, Becky's going to leave him. Fuck you, Paul Heyman. Preemptive. Fuck you for that. Anyway, also puts over Bobby and Big E. RK Blows lose to Alpha Academy because they didn't break up at day one like they were supposed to. Randy continues to be annoyed by Riddle, but for whatever reason will not fucking finish him. Please to God fucking kill him. Almost flirts with an interviewer, which was weird and interesting. Reggie and Dana defeat Tamina and Tozawa. We got a Becky promo, New Year's, same champ. She can't be beat. Compares herself to Art. Says no one's going to achieve their resolutions, especially the girls in the back. Liv comes out, talks about how she almost won, but didn't. Bianca then comes out and says, you know what? I beat Double D. I'm back in line, bitches. Liv's like, hey, this is about us. You need to get the fuck out of here. Bianca's like, I've got unfinished business with her too. You just lost. Why can't I be a part of this? Becky's like, hey, fuck you both. And then they jump her. So Liv and Bianca are going to face off, and Becky gets the last shot in before she takes off. Seth and KO discuss what to do with Paul's lips and penis, and then make a plan for the fatal foursome. Super Brutality loses to Zelina and Carmella. Ray and Dominic continue not to give us what we want and stay together as a happy father and son. Nobody wants to fucking see that. Nobody enjoys that. Please break up. Dominic, turn on your father. Embrace your inner Guerrero and make us all fucking happy, because nobody enjoys you wearing your daddy as a backpack down to the ring. It's just kind of sad at this point. Street Profits defeat Apollo Crews and Aziz Ansari. Double D complains her way into a match for number one contendership. As well, because she's like, well, yeah, I lost to Bianca, but everyone in this match lost, so I should be in the match too. And they're like, oh, okay, fine. Because they don't give a fuck about the women's division. Priest defeats Dolph Ziggler and then struggles not to hit Rudolph with a chair. Vince grooms Theory some more, telling him to be unapologetic and honest, be more like me. Theory wants a rematch with Finn. Instead, Vince says, how about I put you in the Royal Rumble? We got a Miz promo. Edge deserved to lose. Miz pretends he didn't do what Edge did by using his wife as a distraction and blah, 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 being a hypocrite. That's what he does. Edge and Beth show up, call them Miz hypocrites, challenge Miz and Maurice to the tag match that I wanted at day one that we're now going to get at the Royal Rumble. And then Beth puts Maurice on her ass. We got a fired up, awesome promo interview from Big E that went absolutely fucking nowhere, because after almost defeated AJ, because AJ's on a fucking losing streak, Lashley defeats Big E, KO, and Seth, and now you can all get what you want. Your WWE champion Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, which was worth saying fuck the brand split and fuck Matt's feelings, so we can watch. You could have done this anyway, anyhow, some other way. But no, everyone's like, well, at least we're getting it. No, fuck that shit. Anyway, then Paul's like, oh, hey, Brock, what are we going to do? Oh, we'll go to SmackDown. I heard Roman's going to be there. Yeah, because, again, fuck the brand split. Fuck my feelings. Fuck me. All right. What are you guys swallowing from this shit show?
Yo, I'm
Rob-
gonna swallow your impression of Cartman right there, man. Like, I think you should do the whole show like that.
For real. I'm gonna swallow the fact that Raw just fucked Matt up all fucking night.
That's
like,
disrespectful.
like, no offense, man, but like literally everything that could have went wrong, they
So, Katie, what were you swallowing?
The fatal four-way we were supposed to get at day one that we got on Raw,
Oh,
which was actually
what?
very good.
You muted him?
Yeah, he was being disrespectful.
He deserved it. Let's be real here.
He
It's
said
okay.
he wanted to swallow the fact that Raw repeatedly stuck an unfucking consensual pinky up my asshole when I wasn't paying attention over and over and over again. And I'm not okay with that. So he got muted. Anyway.
Oh,
Basically,
God.
Raw did to Matt what he wanted Randy to do to Riddle.
Kind of, yes.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I agree. The fatal four-way that we should have got at day one
Yeah.
was fantastic. I'm happy to see Lashley get the win, even though I'm not happy with who his opponent is, because real quick, why the fuck did Brock Lesnar have to win the WWE title if Roman Reigns was going to be back 6 days later?
Did
What
not
was-
do.
Well, what?
Well, according to the CDC guidelines, it says 5 days, right? But
Mhm.
no one really knows how bad the symptoms can be. So they're probably like, okay, because of his prior, thing with his cancer, they might have thought maybe it might be longer than the 5 days.
So let me ask
So
you
they're
this.
like,
Why put the title on Brock, though, if you knew at the least you were going to get him back in 5 days? It's not like Roman was really, really sick and they didn't know when he was going to be back. Because if he was really, really sick, he wouldn't be back today.
true, but symptoms can change overnight.
I don't think you're going to go from dying on a ventilator, can't come to the show, to, okay, I'm fine in 24 hours.
True. I actually don't know. I am running out of ideas.
Yeah. It was a
He said,
nice
I'm
try.
trying so hard.
You failed. What else are we swallowing from this shit show?
I actually am
Damian
gonna
Priest.
swallow the there you go. The Damian Priest Dolph Ziggler match. I actually really enjoyed that match, to be honest.
I just like Damian Priest.
Oh, me too. What
Yeah,
angle?
Honestly.
What
You want
angle?
some Damien inside you?
Surprise. Haha.
Just like, yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about it. I don't
Yeah,
care.
what
You
about
your new me. We talked about this.
honestly, other than the Fatal 4-Way match itself, like there's not really much that I'm swallowing from Monday Night Raw. There was very little that I cared about. Everything just kind of was like, just
I'm going to swallow the Becky Liv Bianca shit just because I'm happy to see Bianca
That was
back in the
good.
main event where she belongs.
Yeah.
It's going to kind of freshen up this feud that they fucked up at day one by Becky not getting her feet on the ropes, by adding someone else in. So it's not like Liv's just getting another rematch because we don't have any women. So I guess that's what we got to do. So I'll swallow that.
Also Paul Heyman's promo work and how he had those like awesome things to say about Big E at the end of his promo. I thought that was really great.
Yeah, him putting over Lashley and E. Chef's kiss.
Exquisite.
I would agree if we didn't have the ending to SmackDown that we had after he said that KO and Seth should go to SmackDown.
That's why I said specifically the E Bobby. That's why. Breathe, Matt. Breathe.
Anyway,
I don't like the
Tensing up like
circumstance.
looking
I don't
at
like the circumstances in which we got it, but Bobby Lashley versus Lesnar has always been a dream match of mine that I've always wanted to see.
That's what that's what we should have got, but we got Bill.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But we're getting it. So we're getting it though. So everyone's happy.
But it shouldn't be for the title.
It shouldn't be for the title. Like, it's
True.
messy. It's messy.
But,
I feel like Matt wouldn't have been so upset if Brock had became WWE champion and permanently stayed on Raw to defend the Raw championship against the Raw roster.
that is 100% correct. I
Yes.
wouldn't have been mad, and I would have listened to people bitch and cry and be like, but he still got unfinished business. I don't give a fuck. He's on Raw now. When he's no longer champion, he can go finish his unfinished business with Roman. He doesn't need to fucking do it right now. Roman fucking COVID Reigns didn't show up to do work, so now he doesn't get his fucking rematch. Like, it is what it is. Move on. Listen, here's what I would have done. I would have had Bobby and Brock take each other out of the match, allowed Big E to win, go on, continue his title reign, which would still have given you a reason for Bobby and Brock without a title involved, which would have still freed Brock Lesnar up to go back to SmackDown. I would have even somewhat coalesced to the fact that he is a free agent, and as long as he's not holding a championship, he can show up on whatever brand he wants because he is not assigned to a brand. So if he went to go fuck with Roman and came back to fuck with Bobby, I would have allowed that. Once he won the Raw championship, he is a member of the Raw roster. You do not get to be a champion on a brand and not be exclusive to that brand. That is not how it works.
I would like to add that I do not blame Brock Lesnar. I think most people will want to fuck with Roman and Bobby Lashley. So, you know, like, can't really blame the man for wanting both. So,
Yeah.
Just saying.
True.
Are we swallowing anything else from Monday Night Raw?
Nope.
No Miz, Beth, Edge shit.
Nope.
Oh,
I mean, Edge and Beth always, but because like that's a power couple.
I'm gonna swallow Beth's hair.
oh,
We're not-
yes.
We're
It's a
not
mouthful.
swallowing the continued sexual assault from Vince McMahon and Austin Theory.
No.
I do not. I do not approve of sexual assault whatsoever of any kind.
Super brutality losing. No.
No.
We're not happy about the Aziz Ansari cameo on Raw with Apollo Crews.
No. Stop
Okay.
it.
What are we spitting from Monday Night Raw?
The Aziz Ansari's cameo.
Mm,
I'm gonna spit the couples thing going on with the Miz and Beth
Thank you.
Phoenix, and only because I always feel like anytime that we need to bring couples in the feud, let's just throw them with Miz and Maurice, and then that'll be done. You know,
I mean, it works.
and it's like it works, but it's like,
Does it?
yeah, I was gonna say
mean-
like it's just, it's
I
just
mean,
like neither here or
it
there.
makes sense. Edge is in a feud with Miz. You bring the wives in who have their own past with each other.
But it
Do
doesn't
they?
seem to be a. Yeah, they do have.
Yeah, they
past
do.
with-
Maurice
and Beth had
Phoenix?
plenty of matches in like 2009-ish.
Yeah,
Bangers.
isn't there?
Oh.
Nothing but bangers.
Didn't Travis share a stat on the Smackin' Raw Facebook group page that Beth Phoenix and Maurice will be the first women to face each other in 3 separate decades?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
she
true.
did.
Yeah.
I saw it on Twitter too. I saw it everywhere.
Really? Okay. Well, that makes me, slap a dick in my mouth. Okay.
Well, that's a horse of another color.
Hey, hey.
Hate it here.
You voluntarily chose to come.
I know. I was not expecting all this shit though.
Why? Come on. You love it.
I'm
Yeah.
spitting Paul Heyman's fucking prediction, or spoiler, not a prediction, that Seth was going to show up on SmackDown. Fuck you, Paul. I'm spitting the fact that Brock Lesnar is WWE champion for no fucking reason because Roman Reigns is already back. I'm spitting RK Bro existing, continuing to exist, not going away, not breaking up.
They might lose the titles next week.
I say that every week and it doesn't fucking happen because no
I
one wants me
mean-
to be happy.
It's looking a little more promising this time since there's a little dissension in the group. I'm just trying to give
Ah.
you a little bit of hope here.
I had a little bit of hope when Randy pretended to go for the RKO before their match at day one, and guess what happened? They fucking won.
The match is going to
I know.
happen at WrestleMania. The split is going to start at the Rumble. They're both going to be in the Rumble. One is going to eliminate the other or cost the other one to get eliminated. Most likely, Riddle's going to cost Randy to get eliminated, and that's going to plant the seeds. That's
I would have done it where they lost the titles at day one and there was a beat down.
you just want this to end as soon as possible. And
I wanted it to end before it fucking started, Vince. I wanted it to be like Sex with You. It's over before it begins. Like that's what I wanted.
Wow.
But
Hold up. Time out.
Wow.
Don't let your personal hatred towards Riddle attack me because we
this should
both
have been
know
watermelon sugar and nothing more, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Wow.
We last longer. We last long. You be tired. You be taking a water break. Okay?
You're right. I'm sorry. I wanted this to last about as long as your foreplay does. Not at all. Is that better?
No, because I actually have foreplay, but
was that a New Year's resolution for 2022?
Hey.
You're gonna start doing foreplay?
I've always had foreplay.
We have audio evidence that Vince is anti-foreplay. Anyway,
I said that there's nothing wrong with a quickie and skipping foreplay from time to time. Sometimes
so
you just
overall, spit or swallow.
I was gonna say, speaking of watermelon sugar, overall, spit or swallow.
The sex, or what are we talking about?
Well, if you want to elaborate on sex with Vince, I'll allow you to do so. But other than that, we're talking about Raw.
Oh, okay. Gargle undecidedly.
I'm spitting.
Yes, spit here too.
Do I even have to say it?
No, we know your answer.
Yeah,
Move
he's
on.
swallowing the whole show.
All right, Justin. You said go in order, so I guess that makes NXT next.
Yup.
Roderick Strong loses to Carmelo Hayes in a unification match, and bye-bye WWE NXT Cruiserweight Championship. AJ hangs out with Ciampa in the locker room for some fucking reason. Oh, yeah, that's right. AJ's on NXT again. He has a promo. Waller comes out, gets challenged, backs down like the bitch that he is, then says, next week we'll do it in the main event where I belong on my time, and then they brawl. Casey and Caden chat with Amari Miller. Persia comes up, running her mouth when she hears the words tag titles. Amari Miller and the Molly Poppin' Daddies are like, oh, well, you know, if you guys had friends, maybe we could make this a 6-way tag match, because Persia's all like, we'll do a handicap match. And Indy's like, whoa, what is it with you and handicap matches? Like, calm down. Stop trying to take so many people on by yourself at one time. Like, give it a rest. Persia's like, I can handle 3 at once, no problem. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, cool for you. And then they turn around, and we're talking about Persia taking at least 3 at a time by herself.
Sounds about right.
She says she's got 3 holes. She can do it. Anyway, they turn around, they look at Tiffany Stratton, and they're like, hey, you want to join us? And she's like, ew, no, you guys aren't white, and then leaves. And then behind her is Wendy Cho, who's in PJs, and they're like, all right, what about you? And she goes, wait, what the fuck's going on? I just woke up from a nap. All right, yeah, cool, I guess. So apparently we're getting a 6-woman tag match, and we're going to see Wendy Cho in action, probably in PJs. This will be fucking weird, but okay. Imperium loses to Matt and his shitty kids. Why the anyway? Electra interview. She says next week, pussy's on the line. Santos versus Zion. Winner gets the love box. All for it. She's like, I'm walking out with whoever wins. I don't give a fuck. Let's see whose dick's bigger. Let's go. Mandy versus Cora versus Giant Gonzalez. Mandy Rose gets the win, retains. Toxic Attraction still on top, and came in a motherfucking helicopter. Not going to say greatest NXT Women's Champion of all time, but definitely top 10 NXT Women's Champions. Hands down.
Has there been more than 10 women's champions?
Vince, you need to stop asking these questions. They're not important. Anyway, we got an Andre Chase promo. He wants to acknowledge not Griff Garrison with a full scholarship. And then Ancient Andy gets all pissed off because he's not smart enough to get into college. So he comes down. He's like, why are you giving out scholarships? I'm a superstar. And I couldn't understand him. He was grunting. Fucking BC Bob just fucking turn the channel. Like, the fuck? Get this guy off my TV. He beats up Andre Chase, and I think not Griff as well. That was a thing. And then in our main events, ladies and gentlemen, the big bad booty breaker defeats Tommaso Ciampa, and with his giant Steiner cock drives the last nail in the coffin that is NXT Black and Gold, officially erasing damn near everyone that had anything to do with the Black and Gold brand from NXT. We are starting a new era. And his dad came out to celebrate and they didn't even put the shit on fucking TV.
Yeah.
What are we swallowing from New Year's Evil?
I'm swallowing that championship match. I thought that was a good match. I mean, probably not as good as like their other one, but this was just as good, I thought.
And I
Match
think
itself
I
was
like
good.
this one a little more.
You like this one a little bit
honestly.
more? Okay.
Yeah.
I
okay.
do.
Because
Okay,
you could
okay.
tell like Braun was like, that was like his third match, was like their first encounter.
Right.
So like
right.
he's definitely like improved a lot.
I guess
when
just
you
'cause,
have
like,
more
by
than
the
3
third-
matches, you're gonna. Be
I was gonna
better.
say, I think because like the first
Exactly. Like
first
that
few
was
times
his
kind of impressed me
third
more.
like match, and it was against Ciampa for the title. And like he ended up slipping on the ropes and everything like that, which that happens, but still. And then look at the match they just had.
And if
way better.
he did this in 9 matches, imagine what he's going to do in the next 20 matches. Like this guy's
True.
going to be insane.
True.
Vince, new NXT champion, swallowing that all day. I'm with you. Banger of a match. Also, Carmelo Hayes and Roderick Strong, another
Yes.
changing the guard
Yep.
unification match, death to the cruiserweight
Yep.
division, but another banger match. deny
Mellow,
it.
don't miss.
Miss, get it, girl. You know, there's one
Wish.
thing I want to ask you guys is that spot where Roderick Strong was gonna do like that weird suplex and he did like a front flip. Was that like a counter?
Are you talking
That's-
about on the top rope?
Yeah, the top row, like right before Melo hit his finisher on the other side. Like they had that weird counter move when he was about to do like that weird suplex.
I'm going to say
Right.
he did it on purpose because
I
he's
was-
Roderick
okay.
Strong. And Roderick Strong is amazing.
Okay.
He is, and like we always gave him shit about like he's like the worst member of UE and stuff like that. But like Roderick Strong was very fucking talented.
Yeah.
Oh
He's-
yeah,
I was going to say if Undisputed Era was the fucking
Radicals.
the Radicals, he was Dean Malenko.
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. He just doesn't have the personality, but he could wrestle.
See, Vince, you and me
Oh.
right here. I love you, baby. I love you.
Pornhub Poppy, got you.
You already got muted once, motherfucker. Try your luck.
Speaking of Porn Up Poppies got me. What are you swallowing from NXT, Vince?
The main event itself, it was pretty good for what it was. I love the for what it was. Like it was a good match. It's just like it's not like takeover quality level.
It wasn't
match.
takeover.
It wasn't a takeover. It was. It was-
That's either way. Like the match was good. I wasn't expecting it to be like a 5-star classic. I knew it was going to be a certain level of a match because Braun Breaker is still relatively new, but he's a fantastic wrestler. He's up and coming.
I feel like you're a little bitter about Ciampa and the death
very-
of Black and Gold.
very much so. Very
I
much
think it's
so.
taint. I think
It's tainted the entire thing. The only good thing about the only thing that I liked in terms of results was MSK winning because I like MSK.
Muted.
So anyway,
Yep.
we're gonna continue on. So Braun Breaker gets the win. That's a big swallow. Oh, I forgot to
100%.
mention Boa washed Bukkake off his face in a backstage segment. That was a thing as well. Swallowing Roddy versus Mello. I'm swallowing Mandy getting the win. I didn't think Cora Jade was ready. I didn't want to see Giant Gonzalez get the title back, so there was no other outcome here. Happy with that.
Love Mandy. I'm swallowing before we even get the match between Zion and Santos for Elektra. I love everything about this. All the participants involved. I want what do I gotta do to get in this?
You want to be the man.
Everyone was just like, let me in.
You want to be the mat. You want to be the mat or the ropes.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Are we swallowing anything else from NXT New Year's Evil?
Walter, just Walter's presence in general.
True.
I feel like we
True.
don't get to see him.
I'll
that often.
allow that.
Yeah, Walter
That
in
is-
general.
As far as I will allow anything from that match to be swallowed.
Because we might be getting more Walter since he's going to be done at NXT UK.
Walter.
Yeah.
Walter. Yeah.
Walter.
Just let me talk.
Which is great as long as more Walter doesn't mean more of somebody else, which brings us to our spits First, foremost, primarily, biggest fucking spit of the show, Matt Riddle and Matt's shitty kids winning over Imperium on NXT TV. Why did you do this to Walter? Why did you do this to Imperium? Why is Matt Riddle the one getting the fucking pin? It did nothing for anyone. It made Walter look bad because his team lost. It made the tag champs look bad because they lost. It didn't make Matt's shitty kids look good because neither of them got the pin on the tag champs. You just made a showcase for Riddle on a show he's not even fucking on and shouldn't be on and should have nothing to do with. And I had someone be like, well, they just scrambled because it was supposed to be Jeff Hardy. Do you think I wouldn't be yelling if it was fucking Jeff Hardy right now? Probably not as much, but you think I'd be any happier if it was fucking Jeff's shitty kids? We called him JSK. Like, no, I would not.
Shout out to the DJ though. Did a good job.
Oh yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Shout out to the DJ.
Shout out.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not really like 100% backing you, but I do spit the RKO that he gave. Like, it was a horrible RKO.
Yeah, because he's
that's
shit.
not his move.
Yeah, guys, we all agree. We don't.
No. I'm gonna yell at you until you're like, I 100% back you.
We're not
You need to 100% back me.
Yeah, I'm 100% back you.
There we go.
I got you. I got you.
No,
Man.
Justin, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just yelling in general. Don't worry.
No, I know. No, it's okay.
I'm yelling
Matt,
at
on the other
everything
hand,
and everyone.
Could have fooled me, Kitty. Could have fooled me.
Shut up, Vince.
Honestly, you got a little backlash from Vince trying to slip in a fucking MSK and Matt Riddle fucking swallow. So
Did he? I don't know if he actually said it. Okay.
no, he said I want to swallow MSK getting the win, and I muted him, and then I stopped him, and then he's like, and I want to swallow the DJ, and the DJ was for the entrance who mixed MSK and Riddle's fucking music together. So you try to slip in 2 swallows for Matt and his shitty kids.
Matt's shitty kids.
But the DJ has nothing to do with the.
It was the entrance. They did the entrance for them. DJ gets spit too.
I mean,
Guilty by association. See, this is why you were a bad lawyer.
okay, hold on. What?
Full circle.
What else are we spitting from the show? Let's move on from Matt Riddle ruining fucking NXT.
Kicking the X.
I'm
Kicking the X.
I'm spitting the cruiserweight division just being given up on. I'm spitting the fact. Oh, I forgot to swallow the Dusty Cup coming back. That's kind of cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I almost forgot about that because I was about to say like the lack of women's and men's tag team wrestling in general. Where the fuck is GYV?
Coming back to win probably the fucking cup since they've
GYV is very busy learning how to like do heel things out in public. They're stealing from grandmas. They're lying to their grandma.
They're doing a lot of things.
They're doing a lot of
Except
cheesy,
wrestling.
corny bullshit. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know. Just like NXT New Year's Evil wasn't like a bad show. Like nothing like I want to just spit or like swallow. It just kind of was like bittersweet. Kind of like you knew something was ending.
Yeah, we knew as soon as Roddy was gonna lose, that Ciampa was gonna lose, which meant the end of the Black and Gold brand.
Just because we knew it was going to happen doesn't mean I have to be happy about
I was
it.
still upset
True.
too because I also love the
True.
Black and Gold brand, but things have to change every once in a while.
No, let me yell at my clouds, damn it.
I'm
Jesus.
spitting about
Calm down,
fucking prehistoric Paul getting TV
Neanderthal
time.
Ned.
Neanderthal Ned getting TV time.
Neanderthal Ned.
That's heel tactics, Justin. Shout out.
Shout out.
I'm spitting. What's her name? Wendy Chu now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm preemptively spitting it. I
think I'm gonna like it. No lie. I think I'm gonna like it.
Are.
I like all the shit that I'm probably not supposed to.
I mean, you like Riddle, so
Bro.
You get 1. If you do that again, I'm kicking you from this call. And I'm striking your appearance from the record.
I think
Anyway,
yeah.
NXT overall,
Medium.
spit or swallow. New Year's
Swallow.
Evil.
Swallow.
I'm gonna spit it.
Me too.
I didn't like anything.
Matt Riddle-
I know
Matt
why
Riddle beat
you're
Imperium.
spitting.
It's spit.
I know why you're spitting. Vince is just
Vince, listen, I will give Vince shit all day because he knows he's not supposed to come on. Like, you want to go on Spit or Swallow when I'm not there and talk about Dick Face Riddle and Match Shitty Kids, fine. But when you were on air with me, we do not support that shit show. And it's their fault because they are Match Shitty's kids. So they are guilty by association. That is the only thing I will not take from Vince. But I understand that Vince is hurt and jaded by the death of Black and Gold brand. So I will allow him to spit the death of the Black and Gold brand, as entertaining as everything else was. I'm not going to judge him on that. So I'll give it to you, Vince.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, AEW Dynamite. Kick it off with a championship match. Bryan Danielson losing clean to the one, the only, the Hangman Adam Page. MJF loses to Shawn Dean via DQ because CM Punk came out and then he ran away, and then CM Punk GTS Shawn Dean, and then Shawn Dean got a win via DQ, and then MJF got mad and Punk made fun of him for losing, and Punk wants to fight, takes cheap shots at WWE firing folks, and we find out next week. MJF also talked about how he might go to WWE and main event Mania because, you know, he's good enough to, unlike some people. Anyway, next week, Punk versus Wardlow because that's some MJF shit. We got a Jericho promo for some fucking reason. 2.0 interrupt for some fucking reason. This shit was awful. He was trying to get the crowd to chant Squarehead and Pinhead. Like, Jericho, you can get some shit over when you don't try, but when you do try, it's fucking awful. Give it up.
Yep.
Daniel Garcia jumps Jericho after he grabs the bat. Kingston and Proud and Powerful make the save. I hate all of this. We got a Wardlow squash match. Spears drops the dude before the match starts. Then Wardlow power bombs him like 5 times and pins him. We got Jade defeating Ruby Soho for the TBS title, which we all knew was coming. And then during the match, Mercedes Martinez comes down and is run off by Thunder Rosa. Serena Deeb and JR have a little sit down so Serena can tell us about all the reasons why she hates Sheeta. Aleister Black or Malachi Black. Wow, I haven't done that in a while. Malachi Black defeats Brian Pillman Jr., who came out all cocky, thought he was going to do all this shit, was ducking heel kicks and shit, and still got fucked up because Malachi's the shit. And then when Julia with her fucking eye patch gets in the ring to check on him, Malachi's like, oh, you still got a good eye. Let's blow load in that one too. Goes back to finish her off, and the fucking Lucha Bros show up and ruin the party. And then they do this thing where the lights go out, and when they come back on, the Lucha Bros are in the ring, and Malachi is on the ramp, which annoyed me, but I let it go. And then they do it again later, and we'll talk about that, and it really pissed me off because now they're fucking with me, and I do not appreciate it. We got a Ruby interview. Team Britt interrupts to pick on Ruby. Ruby tells them to go fuck themselves, and they jump her, and then Riho shows up and starts hitting Britt. Then in our main event, the Lucha Bros lose to Jurassic Express mid-match for whatever reason. Again, the lights go out, come back on, and nothing fucking happens.
They need to pay their electric bills. That's what they need to do.
Thank God Ray Fenix did not break his arm. He did dislocate it and fuck some shit up, but he did not break his arm, so he will be okay because that looked fucking awful. After the match, every tag team in AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, and everywhere else in the world showed up in the crowd and on the stage to stare at Jurassic Express, your new AEW tag team champions. Vince, did you watch AEW? Okay. Are you swallowing anything from AEW?
The opening match was good. I like
It was good.
Yep.
I'm swallowing Jay Cargill winning the title. Dope. Although now it just kind of feels like, given the whole Tony Khan.
So I want to address that real quick. Is we all knew that Jade was going to win before the shit that Tony said happened. And I think I said this on Twitter. I might have said it in the group chat, but I'm like, it sucks that people are going to assume that the only reason Jade won now is because they were trying to right the wrongs of what Tony said on Twitter. And
Mm.
that's not the case. It was pretty clear that they were pushing Jade to win prior to this. So I don't think that that's the case at all.
No,
I know you don't
no,
think
yeah.
that's the case. I know you're just saying it's going to come off that way.
Yeah,
But-
unfortunately, that's the negative thing about it. But it was good. The match itself was good. That's about all I'm swallowing.
I'm gonna swallow Malachi Black and Brian Pillman Jr. because it was a good match. Fucking Brian Pillman Jr. looks like Grandmaster Sexay fuck Scotty Too Hottie, and this was
Yes.
their baby.
Yes.
Or they had a weird fusion dance where somehow he ended up with Grandmaster Sexay's body and Scotty Too Hottie's head. But anyway, that was a damn good match. I enjoyed that.
I mean, the tag match.
I know why he's not swallowing the tag match. It's because the Lucha Bros lost, and because historically AEW has done very long title reigns, especially for their tag titles. And the Lucha Bros had a very short title reign, and he loves the Lucha Bros, and he feels that his compadres got disrespected.
We'll get into my spits, but it's
Okay.
more than just that. It's more than just that.
Well, I'm swallowing the match.
That's fine.
Match was dope.
I'm gonna swallow the Hangman versus Daniel Bryan. It was everything that I wanted it to be. It was great, hard hitting. It was strong style wrestling. It was great. I love the match. The only thing, okay, we're not there with the spits yet, but I like the match. It was great. The blood was great. Okay, everything was added to the feud. Daniel Bryan's making Hangman, get to the upper echelon of a level of a wrestler. Awesome. Jake Carwell in the Storm outfit.
Yeah.
That was hot. That was hot.
That was dope as shit.
Ruby doing all that she can to make Jake Carwell look like a champ in that match. Selling and doing all the things she can do. I mean, it's gonna only be time that they actually have another match for this title. Yeah, I thought it was great. You know what I'm saying? The Malachi Black and Brian Pillman match, Jr. was great up until a certain point in the match, but I mean, three matches out of all the other matches that were, I liked a lot from AEW, which is saying a lot for me.
I'm
on Wednesdays.
I'm also going to give it to the MJF Sean Dean match because I really enjoyed. Like, it sucks for Sean Dean that he had to take that GTS, but he also is now forever in the history books as someone who has beat MJF and gave MJF his first loss of 2022.
True.
People
Also,
True.
if he's a Chicago guy, and most Chicago guys are CM Punk fans, and he can take solace in the fact, like, hey, I took a GTS from CM Punk, just like
true.
back in the day, like whether it was Punk or anyone else, they were like wrestlers would go ahead and petition, oh, I'm gonna take this returning legends finish because they just geek, about it.
And
I wanted to say Simon Dean.
Me
so
too.
bad,
Me too. Me too. I swear. I thought I was the only one.
It's not
I was over here thinking about the Simon system.
No, Vince. You're not the only one. We're the ones.
Hey.
I also really like the back and forth with MJF talking shit about main eventing WrestleMania and Punk taking cheap shots at WWE. I know not everybody enjoys that, but I am one of the few people that do. I didn't have an issue with that at all.
Yeah.
Any other swallows from AW Dynamite?
No, I thought overall it was pretty good.
So
What do
you guys already said everything. So
What are you spitting, Vince?
I'm spitting the fact that in the opening match they had the fucking like judges.
Yes.
Like the fuck's the point? The judges was fucking, the whole judge thing was just fucking stupid. It was just fucking dumb. Just make the match no time limit, and you don't have to worry about going to a time limit draw. Just fucking dumb. Also, like, I just don't fucking care about the judge stuff. Like, this isn't boxing. I don't fucking care. Like, I'm not watching boxing. I'm watching wrestling. Anywho, 2.0 Chris Jericho. Fuck all that shit. Waste of my fucking time. Malachi Black, fucking amazing, but I can't stand Brian Pillman, so I tuned that whole segment out and I refuse to watch it.
What do you got against BPJ Jr. or BP Jr.?
I don't go into it. It's more or less of how he is as a person, as opposed to
like Ohio.
No, it's nothing against Ohio. I love me some LeBron James and the Cavaliers.
Well, no,
balling right now.
We all enjoy tea here. So what's up? What as a person is not okay.
Brian
with him.
Pillman? Brian
Yeah,
Pillman?
Brian Pillman Jr. is just a bit of a douche. He's a bit of a jerk.
Oh, okay.
So I don't
Have
know
you met him
personally.
before?
Yeah.
And he was
And
a
I've
douche to
also-
you.
No, not to me personally, but I've heard stories, and I'm like, he
Yeah,
seems like a douche.
I was gonna say I've heard some similar stuff too.
Anywho, neither here nor there. I just don't.
I
fuck
want to
with
know
Brian Pillman.
what.
Neither here nor there, Matthew.
He
Brian
just comes off
Pillman
as cocky. He's just a cocky guy sometimes.
I feel like he inappropriately touched Vince at a signing or something. Like,
no, nothing like that whatsoever. But yeah, I just don't like Brian Pillman Jr. I just don't fucking care about him. I don't get the fucking hype. He's just like, there's nothing really special about him except for his name. That's about it. I don't really see anything crazy about him. What else am I spitting? There was
Lucha
some more
Bros?
stuff. I'm spitting the fact that Lucha Bros came out to make the save. The whole blackout light shit happened. They're in the ring. Malachi Black's on the ramp. This shit's just weird and awkward. We come back from commercial. Jurassic Express make their entrance, and then Lucha Bros make their entrance again, even though they were just in the fucking ring. Like, what the fuck kind of bullshit was that? This shit was
Man.
fucking stupid.
well, now, to be fair, everyone all week has been bitching about the champ not coming out last. So what did AEW
Don't
do?
make the fucking
They
run out
made
before your match. You're
sure
already at the ring.
Yeah,
That's
that
just,
the champs
this is
came
like-
out last. Listen, this is all I will say about two of your complaints. One, you complain about the judges. Everyone always like, it's always the same shit. There's never anything new in wrestling, blah, blah, blah. And then when they try something new, they're like, that was fucking stupid. Why did they do that? Well, you want something new? We got something new. This was different.
Nah.
was
These
new.
are my spits. I can spit whatever I want.
I'm
Also,
not saying you can't spit it. I'm giving you a different perspective. And also, again, everyone bitched about the champs coming out not last. Oh, Big E didn't come out last. Brock Lesnar came out last. Blah, blah, blah.
then
So
don't
they
do the run in
sent them
right
back
before their
to
match.
come out last. Like,
Don't do no. My whole complaint is, why are you doing the run in literally minutes before your match is supposed to start? Do that early, rearrange.
at least there was a commercial break in between.
Yeah. You are getting so worked up about this for no reason.
No,
they were
it's-
probably
it-
trying to plant the feud, and then Phoenix got fucking hurt. So
That's
now
neither
that's
here nor
off the
there.
table.
I can't move past.
No, that was before. No, he's
I
talking
can't
about
move
before.
past- I can't-
That's what I'm
talking about
saying.
before.
They were trying to plant a feud between Malachi and Brody King, who's probably going to come in soon,
I see what you're saying.
and
I see what you're
then
saying.
with the Lucha Bros. But then
I see what you're
Ray got
saying.
hurt during the match.
Still shouldn't have.
I'm
came
trying to
out
make it make sense, and you're not listening to reason.
No. I'm just saying, rearrange shit, and I'm okay with it. Put the Malachi Black match earlier in the show, so it's not literally minutes or like a commercial break before they're supposed to come
That
back.
is
out to
fair.
the
I
ring.
mean, the main event should have been the TBS title. That's neither here nor there.
Really?
Yeah,
It's the debut on the new
on
network.
TBS, they've been building to this tournament. Give the fucking women the main event. Nothing
I mean,
against.
listen.
no,
Hold on.
no-
Wait a
no-
minute. Wait, guys. Nothing against Jake Carwell and Ruby Soho.
I mean, the
But
match itself
over
was,
Daniel Bryan and Hangman.
that was the opener.
that was
I know,
the
but
opener.
that
I would
should
say
not be the main event.
I
That's not
agree.
the main event.
I would have put the world title in the main event. I would have put the tag match as the opener.
I would have made.
I would have been okay
championship
with the women's
first.
title match also being in the main event, but I
Okay,
would have put
but
that tag
can-
match as the opener.
Can we all agree though that the tag match probably was the least qualified of the title matches to main event?
True.
Yes.
In terms of
I
stakes,
I
in
would
terms of
agree. I would
stakes.
agree. Yeah.
That should have been your opener.
I get that what they were trying to do with the whole Jurassic Express being in the ring and all the tag teams now gunning for them or acknowledging them or giving them props or whatever the fucking weird shit. And then Jericho was in the bleachers for some reason. Like, why?
Well,
is
yeah,
he-
because Jericho teams with everybody. He's got Jake Hager, he's got Sammy
Yeah.
Guevara,
Also
he's got Floyd the
giving
baseball bat.
Props to Jungle Boy, who took him to the limit in the when
whatever.
Dynamite
That's
first
true.
started.
That's true.
And
That's true.
and Proud and Powerful were right there too. And
Yeah.
Malachi
Yeah.
was sitting there by himself. So
Yeah,
True.
because they keep cock teasing us with maybe someone's gonna see. I'm gonna jump on the Vince spit bandwagon. AEW has overused the use of lights out to debut people. They've done it with fucking everyone that's basically showed up.
Yes.
Lights out, somebody shows up. Lights out, somebody shows up. So now they've got us preconditioned to believe that when the lights go out, something's gonna happen. And now they're fucking with us because now the lights are going out and nothing's fucking happening. As a matter of fact, lights went out in the middle of a fucking match. for no goddamn reason.
And
Nobody
it didn't
showed
lead
up.
to
There's
anything.
no reason behind it.
And
It led to nothing.
Here's the thing: if nothing was going to happen, make it fucking quicker because it slows down the momentum of the match. It's like you're over here, like, okay, well, what's going to happen? Oh, nothing happened. Then what the fuck was the point of making it like 3 times as long as it needed to be?
And if it's gonna be something that Malachi Black is doing to debut Brody King, where he's teasing us, then only Malachi Black should be debuting with darkness. Adam Cole shouldn't have, or Bryan Danielson, or Miro, or he didn't. I know he didn't.
Say neither of them did.
But no, I think Adam Cole did.
He did.
No.
Adam Cole did.
Yes.
I don't think so. When the lights went out,
everyone, just
right.
about everyone that has debuted, Sting, all of them have debuted with the lights going out and then them coming on and they're in the ring. Moxley, I believe, as well too.
Daniel Bryan didn't, but Adam Cole did for sure.
Daniel Bryan didn't because Adam Cole did before Daniel Bryan came out.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I literally don't. I'm just looking it up because I don't. I honestly don't remember.
Also, finally, before all you guys go on to your spits, I'm gonna go with my final spit. And the fact that the Lucha Bros lost, yes, they didn't have a lengthy title reign like most people do, but the main reason why I'm spitting this is not because Jurassic Express won. I'm happy for them. That's fine. I have nothing against Jungle Boy or Luchasaurus. What the fuck are they gonna do with the Lucha Bros after this? They're not gonna do anything with them. They're just gonna be like another middling tag team. They don't do shit with their tag team unless they're in a fucking title picture. Like, they're not gonna do shit with them, and that was my big gripe with the Lucha Bros. Is they have amazing talents here, and they just basically have them relegated to tag team wrestling. Penta could be in the TNT title picture. So can Phoenix. Penta can definitely be in the world title picture if you build them up properly enough. He was a world champion in Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling actually acknowledged that he was great as a singles wrestler. They're not just two masked wrestlers that you team up together and like, oh, there's 2 masked wrestlers. Let's make them a fucking tag team. Like, no, they can be individual wrestlers. They're good as is individually. They don't need to be Lucha Bros. They can be their own individual person.
Maybe that's what they're going to do is they're going to break off into a singles feud now, or they're going to do something with Malachi Black and Brody King.
They have yet to give me any indication since the inception of AEW that they will do anything with the Lucha Bros of consequence. Literally nothing. They have given.
To be fair, they tried with Death Triangle and then COVID fucked that up.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They haven't done. Where was Death Triangle to lead to? Nothing. I don't know.
We don't know that.
True.
I'm a little better. I'm not a chicken.
So.
No, you're right. Yeah, I mean, I feel you.
Do you guys have anything else to spit from AEW Dynamite?
Well, I mean, Vince already talked about the judges. You know, I understand what they were trying to do something different. I just thought it was just like, what's the judge? Like what is their, you know, I mean, is the ref going to be like, okay, so what's your guys' score, overall score, so I can decide who wins?
No, the judges were going to come up with a consensus as to who won the match, kind of like a boxing match where because they go to a time,
to the 60.
If it came down to a time limit draw, the judges would decide who the winner of the match was.
Yeah. And it didn't. It only went like 30
minutes. 30, yeah.
Based on punches, moves, momentum, so on and so forth.
It's like, I mean,
I
was just hoping it wasn't going to come down to the judge's decision, and I'm happy it didn't. But I had no issue with the judges in the first place. I was like, hey, we're going to get a clear house winner after this. So
I think they should be out there instead of just sitting there. I think they should be by the ring, getting a real in-depth review. You know what I'm saying?
They should be sitting on the turnbuckles.
Okay. Right.
Oh,
I think should be
like Alexa Bliss.
They should be having scores. I think they should be mic'd up, you know, so you can hear what they're saying. Like, oh, that suplex was adequately.
Gary Lynn was doing lots of writing.
Oh, not to backtrack too much, but just because we said sitting on the turnbuckle and then I mentioned Alexa Bliss, quick swallow for Alexa Bliss making a return to Raw. I'm intrigued to see how that goes.
This is literally AEW.
That's okay. We can talk about.
You can swallow it next week if and when it happens. I have no faith.
Exactly.
It's gonna be like fucking Veer. Anyway,
I love Veneer.
I'm spitting 2.0 Jericho and that whole thing. I'm gonna spit it again on Rampage.
Yeah.
I love Proud and Powerful. I like Eddie Kingston. I don't give 2 fucks about 2.0 Daniel Garcia or Jericho being involved in this because apparently his faction is dissolved and he has nothing better to do. Like,
Yeah.
it's just him and his fucking baseball bat. Hager left because nobody gave a fuck about him. Proud and Powerful found new friends with more in common than they have with Jericho. And Sammy's got TNT shit to worry about.
I agree.
Yep.
AW Dynamite overall, spit or swallow.
Swallow.
I will swallow. I mean, there's enough there to swallow.
Spitting it.
I'm swallowing it.
Spitting all of it. All of it.
All right. SmackDown. The viral chief, COVID Reigns, has a promo. He never wants to see Brock and Paul again, which means cue Brock and Paul. Brock does his own intro all up in COVID Reigns' face. Brock then wants a title versus title match. Roman says, I only do things that are my ideas on my time, and I don't work with anyone that works with trash like Paul Heyman. Then Paul starts crying. Well, why would you say that about me? I thought we were friends, and I really liked you, and I thought everything was going to be okay. And I wasn't protecting you because I thought Brock was going to hurt you. And Brock's like, wait, whoa, back up, bitch. What'd you say? I don't remember what I said. I'm just really sad. And then Roman's like, hey, don't talk to Paul like that. Brock's like, fuck you. And then Paul's like, hey, don't talk to Roman like that. And Brock's like, fuck you. And then Roman punches Brock in the face. We got a Sammy interview. He's got a match with Booger tonight. Says Booger is no match for him. Johnny Knoxville shows up. And listen, we had Drew Carey in the Rumble. I loved it. I've got no issues with Johnny Knoxville taking up a spot in the Rumble. And if you do, you obviously just don't like WWE because this is not a new thing. This is not a bad thing.
I don't like WWE.
Clearly.
No shit.
Knoxville's like, I want to get in the Rumble. He's got like an old man grandpa fucking sweater on, but it's got the fucking Jackass logo on it. It's weird. Sammy's like, listen, you have no talent. You have no skill. You're kind of like Jeff Hardy. All you do is fall down things and hurt yourself, and people like you. Which was some hard truth. And he goes, your old ass ain't qualified. So Sammy goes out, loses to Boogs, and then Johnny Knoxville comes out and says, I'll show you, bitch, and throws Sammy over the top rope. And then it is announced that Johnny Knoxville is now officially qualified to be in the Royal Rumble. New Day interview. They're going to win their rematch. It's a straight fight. Why? Anyway, we got a Charlotte promo. Charlotte is in the Rumble because WWE basically fired everyone and they don't have enough people to fucking fill out the Royal Rumble. And Tony quit too. So now they're like, fuck, what do? Let's put Charlotte in the Rumble because we got nothing better to do.
They literally should have just waited until I'm not condoning them releasing people, but hindsight being 2020, why not wait until after the Rumble? So you have bodies to fill in for the Rumble.
I agree with you. And that's the thing. Like I was arguing with someone on Twitter and it's like, listen, the point is WWE had a full roster that they could have used for the Rumble and they released all those people. Did they absolutely 100% have no choice but to put Charlotte in it? No, probably not. They probably could have gone and found someone else. But the fact that they released Ember Moon, Tegan Knox, the Iconics, Mickey James, the list goes on, who all could have filled the spot. So now Charlotte is in the Rumble is the problem. The fact that you fired fucking everyone and now you have reason to put Charlotte in the Rumble, that is the problem. Also, they announced all of the women that are going to be in the Rumble, including the Bellas, Michelle McCool, Lita, Summer Rae, and ladies and gentlemen, Mickey motherfucking James, your Impact Knockouts champion, is in the Royal Rumble. Naomi comes out. She's like, you don't have to wait to pick your challenger when you win the Rumble. You can fight me now. Charlotte's like, what have you done lately? And she goes, well, I fucking slapped you in the face, and then slaps her in the face. It's the whole thing. We had Charlotte versus Naomi. Racist DeVille comes out, changes the rules mid-match repeatedly.
Oh, God.
Allowing Charlotte to get the win. Roman needs an opponent for the Rumble, and Pierce has till the end of the night to figure it out. And I got all excited because someone's like, Pete Dunne and Tommaso Ciampa had a match before SmackDown. I'm like, how cool would it be if Tommaso Ciampa lost the title to Braun Breaker, and then because Roman's like, I've smashed everyone on this roster, you haven't smashed Tommaso Ciampa. How fucking dope would that be? That would be amazing, right, guys? Fuck me, right, WWE? Yeah, fuck me. Speaking of fuck me, happy talk. Moss mocks McIntyre. It was fucking garbage. Viking Raiders come out. They lose to Corbin and Moss because Vince fucking loves Moss for some reason. Like, the fuck, Vince? Stop. Sheamus declares himself for the Royal Rumble as a apology to his protege who got his face smashed by Finn Balor. That may or may not have been also Sheamus's fault for flipping Finn Balor onto his face.
You mean Ricochet?
Yeah, Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet. Sorry. Pierce goes to tell Roman who his opponent is, and Roman's like, I don't care. I smashed everybody. I want to watch my cousins wrestle. Get the fuck out of here. I want to watch that same match that I just watched on Saturday again tonight. Which we do. The New Day loses again to the Usos with a D1 again, this time through a table because it's a street fight.
Right.
And then we hear a knock on the door. And apparently, and I couldn't tell because I kept hearing the Usos music. So I even listened to it like 3 times, and like all I could hear is the Usos music. I could not make it out. Apparently, it was the Shield theme being knocked on the door. And guess who steps in the locker room? Raw superstar Seth Rollins, who is apparently Roman Reigns' opponent at the Royal Rumble for the SmackDown Championship. Now, here's we're going to kick it off with the spits, and I'm going to kick off the spits. Here is my spit. I have no issue with Roman and Seth interacting and talking at the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I have no issue with them saying that if Seth wins this match, Roman will go to Raw and Seth will go to SmackDown because that would make sense. What I never, ever, ever want to fucking see is Seth Rollins on SmackDown until he is SmackDown champion, Universal champion. Let him cut promos and talk shit on Raw leading up to the Royal Rumble. Let Roman talk shit on SmackDown. Don't put Roman on Raw. Don't put Seth on SmackDown. Don't raise your hand if you're going to say something stupid.
No, so I was like, to clarify, you're not opposed to Seth having the championship match so long as they were separated until the Rumble.
I have always made it very, very clear that my issue is people on the wrong brands showing up on the wrong shows. So again, if Brock had won the title and stayed on Raw, would not have had an issue. If Seth wins and stays on SmackDown, I don't have an issue because technically the Royal Rumble is a co-branded pay-per-view. My issue is that Seth was on fucking SmackDown at the end of the night where he doesn't belong. And also, if they made that decision that night, minutes, like half an hour before the end of the show, how did they have time to call Seth Rollins, tell Seth Rollins, you're going to be in this match, get to the arena so that he could do this segment with Roman Reigns? Suspend my disbelief. Why the fuck was he there? Why the fuck was he there? That is my first spit. Second spit is the fact that they fucking fired all the women and Charlotte's got to be in the Rumble now because they got nothing better for her to do.
Mm-hmm.
Third spit, New Day versus Usos again, because we didn't have anything else we could have done for a main event. Like, we literally just saw the New Day lose to the Usos. Why did we have to run that back with the same result in a street fight? Not that it wasn't a good match. Not that I wasn't entertained. It's just, what the fuck? Like, what was the reason that the New Day deserved a rematch for the tag team titles after they lost clean at day one?
There's no.
And what's the point of booking it again less than a week later in the main event for them to lose again?
Kind of seems redundant because kind of seems like, what's the point? What's next for New Day? Kind of like, now they really can't do shit with them. Like, unless, yeah, I don't know what they did with them. I'm spitting the fact that Brock and Paul Heyman showed up, even though the interaction with Roman was entertaining, especially when Paul Heyman is just like confused and doesn't know what to feel anymore. I'm spitting the fact that Sonya Deville continues to be a racist piece of shit on camera in character towards Naomi. Like, at this point, I literally just sat there and was like, oh my fucking God, I don't care anymore about this shit. I don't even care about the payoff anymore. Just keep Sonya Deville on the off my television. I literally don't care. Like, it's run its course. They've like drag their feet too long to do a payoff for this. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not feeling it anymore. At this point, it's just like, can Naomi just beat the shit out of Sonya and we can move on from this shit? 2, Charlotte Flair being in the fucking Royal Rumble, because her whole point of, hey, I'm going to go in the Royal Rumble and I'm going to pick my opponent at WrestleMania is fucking stupid. Her being like, I want to challenge for the Raw Women's title would have been a much better motivation, and say that you want to be double champion. Yes, Matt?
I would have preferred Charlotte to say, I've got no competition, so I'm going to put my title on the line in 30 Women Royal Rumble. Let's see if you bitches can beat me.
That's the difference between like Brock or like putting his title on the line. Like he literally put his title on the line. That like didn't he? Like that was for like the championship, no?
It's happened 3 times. So. Ric Flair did it. Roman won it, or no? Triple H.
Roman lost it. Yeah, Roman lost it.
And then Brock did it.
But I don't think the title was on the line, was it?
I'm pretty sure it was. It happened 3 times.
No, I don't think Brock's title was on the line. He was just
it wasn't on the line because Drew won that Rumble and he didn't win the championship.
He just wanted to be the winner, so there'd be like no one to face. That was like the idea.
Oh,
Paul
Heyman
was trying to throw out, you know.
Oh, okay. So the idea was like, we're gonna win it. That way, no one can challenge Brock Lesnar or WrestleMania.
Right.
Okay. See, that motivation, even still, kind of just makes a little bit more sense. Like I don't know. The reasoning was kind of dumb. 2, they spoiled the surprise entrances. Like,
yes,
that show's fucking like. I get you, like maybe like putting like, I don't know, like Kelly in there, like mentioning Kelly. That's fine because she's been in the fucking Rumble almost every single fucking year except maybe once. Maybe even Michelle McCool. Like I get you announcing the roster members, like the current roster members, but I don't like you mentioning all these legends, especially like the Bellas and Summer Rae, who hasn't been on WWE programming in years, who may not be a big deal to most people, but I remember Summer Rae, and it's like, oh, that's kind of neat to see her back. And then Mickie James, like I get the whole buzz you got. Like maybe Mickie James, I could have made the exception because of the buzz that it's been getting, that a current Knockouts Women's Champion shows up in the Royal Rumble cross brand. I get that one. That's probably the one I make the exceptions for. But like the Bellas, like I would have loved to have been surprised and see the Bellas show up, just like I was surprised when Christian showed up and Edge showed up at the Royal Rumble, or Carlito show up. Like, let us speculate and have these rumors, but it pissed me off.
So I agree with the majority of what you said. Most of the legends that were announced should not have been announced, except for Mickie James. And the reason why Mickie James...
I started backtracking.
I was going to say, if you're going to promote Mickie James as the Impact Women's Champion, which they did on WWE social media, and you're going to acknowledge that, then for that partnership, whatever it may or may not be, and I'm not going to jump on the Forbidden Doors open, WWE is doing, like, this could be a one-off, one-time thing. Like, you all need to chill the fuck out. You're not necessarily going to see a lot of people, and a lot of people, you're like, oh, maybe they don't want to work with WWE again anyway. Like, a lot of those people that went to Impact are probably still a little jaded, don't want to go back to WWE. Neither here nor there.
Mickey's still working with WWE though, so that kind of contradicts the whole point.
Also, we have to remember, and this is not about the legends, but WWE, especially the past years, have announced everyone for the Rumble, and then they've given us some false announcements so that there are still surprises. So there will still be surprises.
No, I'm not saying.
I'm not saying that's what you're talking about. I agree that all of the legends except for Mickie James probably should have been kept quiet.
You could announce like a handful, like 2 or 3, like
Michelle McCool or Kelly, because they've been in every Rumble.
Yeah, they've been in the Rumbles before, so that's not like the biggest thing. Also, I'm spending the fact that Rick Boogs versus Sami Zayn happened. I'm starting to dislike Rick Boogs, which is starting to bother me because I used to like Rick Boogs. Because it's just kind of like what are they doing with Shinsuke Nakamura? It's like he's literally just like a prop for Rick Boogs at this point for him to do his like announcing of Shinsuke Nakamura at the beginning. Like, I don't know. I'm just conflicted. I don't know how to feel about Rick Boogs anymore. And then, like you were saying, Matt, I don't like that they did New Day versus Uso again, like fucking 6 days after the fact at day one. Like, what was the point? And at least set something up at the pay-per-view to justify a rematch, but they didn't do that. Happy Talk again continues to exist, and for what reason, I have no idea. Madcat Moss existing is another spit for me.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins showing up. I don't give a fuck. Like maybe it's Matt rubbing off on me, but this should just piss me off to my fucking core. Everybody's like excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're finally gonna get Seth Rollins versus. We've gotten Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. It's fine, but it's like he just got drafted to Raw.
Yeah.
Why do a program with Roman now that they're on different shows? Like, it's so fucking messy and fucking stupid. It's like.
This also brings us back to the issue of day one with why did you put the title on Brock Lesnar?
Exactly.
If you were just going to send a Raw superstar over to SmackDown to face Roman Reigns, none of this makes sense. It's all just 100% fully Sami Zayn. They're literally doing this just to piss me off. This is a direct, focused attack at me.
Mm-hmm.
Reek is writing for WWE, and he's like, how can I piss Matt off this week? I want to give Katie and Justin a chance to do some spits or elaborate on some of the spits that we talked about a little bit. They've been sitting there fairly patiently waiting to go as you and I both went off. So please, Katie and Justin, tell us about either your spits or why you're spitting the things we already mentioned.
Go ahead, Justin.
Go ahead, Katie Walters.
No, go ahead. You're the guest
Okay.
on the show.
Well, thank you, Miss Porthole Poppy. No, it's playing. Well, the one thing, okay, I mean, I agree with all the spits you guys
I
say.
will send you to Jesus.
Oh,
Shut up and let him
Jesus,
talk.
please. Jesus Santo Niño. No, but listen, I agree with all the things you guys are saying, but it's so disheartening when you brought up the whole Boog. What's the guy's name? I can't pronounce his name. Rick Booger.
Yeah, Booger. Yeah.
And the Sami Zayn match. Look how much Sami Zayn has fallen. This guy was supposed to be in that match. He was supposed to be in that title match. And then he got fucked up. And now he's in this stupid ass match with Boogs for no reason. It's just like, I just spit that. You know what I mean? Like a whole month ago.
My feet cut off. Did he lose the match with Boogs?
Yeah.
And he's supposed to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship.
No, he was supposed to be. Well, remember, he was supposed to be in that title match.
No, he still has his match against Shinsuke.
No. He's talking about how he was supposed to be in the WWE title match with Roman Reigns.
No.
Yeah.
No, I got what Justin's point is. My point is, like, he just lost to basically what was described on television as Shinsuke's henchman. And he's supposed to challenge Shinsuke for the title, and we're supposed to perceive him as a threat to that championship.
To be fair,
Right.
Shinsuke did kind of cause him to lose, but
either way, it's a spit.
agree.
This whole usually SmackDown has always hit, and it's just kind of messed up that the first SmackDown of this year is not really hit. It's not really looking good. I hope it's not the momentum for the rest of the year, but I just spin it. I just spin it.
You just jinxed
Yeah.
it.
Oh shit. But
Katie?
yeah, spin it. That's my
All
spin.
right. Now that I get to talk, I'm spitting the fact that Charlotte is inserting herself in the fucking Royal Rumble when she has no goddamn right to be in it. Nobody fucking cares about Charlotte. Nobody wants her to be a champion anymore. I'm so fucking glad Naomi slapped the taste out of her mouth. I wish I could have done it. I wish. Spoiling Rumble. It's the same shit they did with the Survivor Series, just telling us the teams on social media and no qualifying. It's the same kind of fucking thing.
Yep.
Mickey James, I will allow that because they're promoting her as champion. She may or may not lose. Hard to Kill's on Saturday. I don't know. I don't watch Impact. Nobody does. Hard to Kill is happening, and she has a match with Deonna. She might lose, but now that they're hyping it the fuck up, she's gonna win. So, and everyone needs to be like, oh, well, she's gonna bring the title. We don't fucking know that, and it doesn't fucking matter. Nobody fucking cares. We know that she had beef with WWE. She's Impact now. She's Knockouts champion. We know.
It's weird.
It's Twitter. Everyone fucking knows. And yeah, it's weird, but a check's a check, bro. She's got to make money. I don't blame her.
Her beef with
Um,
WWE was
Must have
that
been
some
big.
jackass sent her gear in a trash bag, and then they fired him. So
Oh
Yeah, like-
yeah. Oh my
Like
god.
all of that happened, and people are
Oh, wasn't it
complaining.
Mark Carano? Wasn't it Mark
yeah,
Carano?
Mark Carano got fired.
Good.
Yeah.
I hated that
Total
man. Ever since
total
Total
diva
Divas.
star Mark Carano.
Yes. Ever since I
hate-
seen him on Total Divas, oh my god.
He just had a face that a mother wouldn't like.
So
No,
anyway,
there's-
Katie, continue
Sorry,
to
go ahead,
bitch
Katie. Go
about
ahead,
the women's
sorry.
rumble. Since all these
Yeah,
men
well-
keep taking your voice away, like me.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus. Again, like we've talked about, if they wouldn't have gotten rid of all of their women in the past year and a half, we could have had a very good Rumble. But no, they chose to fire everybody. Yes, there's gonna be about 10-ish spots, 2 of which are gonna be taken by either Bianca, Liv, and Doudrop, depending on who wins that triple threat on Monday, because the winner's facing Becky. The other 2 are probably going on the Rumble. And since Charlotte wants to fucking insert herself because God forbid she isn't involved in something in WWE, that leaves like 8 people maybe. That could be another surprise. NXT, like Raquel's probably going to be in it.
Age.
Oh yes, please.
If her neck is good, yeah.
I heard it is. I heard it's very good. Anyway,
Heard or saw.
I'm just the whole situation just pisses me off in
I get
general.
you.
And I didn't get to talk about it yesterday because obviously it didn't happen yet. So I'm just
glad I got-
It's all good. We're with you. We're with you.
very annoyed. I'm spitting Sonya being racist. The only thing I want out of this is, I think TC tweeted it, that Naomi's got to beat the shit out of Sonya before the Rumble to earn her place in the Rumble, Daniel Bryan style. Like, that way she can get in the Rumble that night. Make it happen. I don't care. I'm spitting Corbin because why the fuck is he still around? Nobody cares.
True.
I'm done with it. Like, how are you gonna taunt Drew McIntyre when he literally can't show up? You're just wasting my fucking time. And I don't want it, and I don't fucking care. And I'm so over Madcap Moss. I'm so over Baron Corbin. I'm done. Get them the fuck off my TV. I don't care. God.
That cough is contagious. It's carrying all the way over to Pennsylvania.
I literally am the one who had it first. So
here's my question for you all. I looked at everything. Are we swallowing anything from the show?
Nope.
Paul Heyman being the side piece to Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Oh my God, this man put on the mask. What the fuck did that?
he literally did it like 2 minutes ago. Where have you all been?
I have not been looking at Justin.
Yeah, you were looking at your phone for like an hour. I'm not surprised.
I'm out here I was trying to like actually make a list of like everyone that can put in the Rumble.
We talked about how Vince hates women and women were talking, so Vince had to
Oh
distract
my
himself.
god.
You're right.
But no
Right.
swallows here. No swallows, really.
I'm
Caleb Braxton in that dress, though. I'm telling you.
I got one swallow for SmackDown. Gigi Dolan.
Okay.
You're welcome.
She wasn't on SmackDown, but I got a picture of her in one of the group chats. So I'm gonna swallow that because that happened while we were talking about SmackDown. So I'm gonna count it. That's my one swallow from SmackDown. Is Gigi Dolan.
Is it the
Mm.
picture she posted on her Instagram?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the
Yeah,
one.
I went on the show's Instagram because I was gonna use it to like look at info to plug, and that was the first thing that popped up. So it was just meant to be.
I saw it
Yes.
on Twitter. So you're welcome, Matt.
Is that what you had sent him earlier? That he looked at was like, nice.
It was sent in the group chat. It wasn't sent directly to me. Like,
Yeah, it was
sent
in a
our
group chat. He's the only one who acknowledged it.
Well, one person's on their phone right now, and who knows where the fuck the other person is. So
Probably.
Was this
waking
shared
up.
in a group chat
Mhm.
I'm actually involved in?
Nope.
no, it's
Exactly. So how the
Did we say you? I'm confused.
I thought it was implied.
So did I. However,
So SmackDown.
Because you were saying
spit
one was
overall.
on one was on their
Look
phone.
at Justin's screen. What does it say in the corner?
where?
Where it says iPhone 2 in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he
so
can't read it or see it because he's on his phone. So he has to like.
We're
exit
talking
it.
to you, Vince.
What about
Justin
me?
is
I'm not on
literally-
my iPhone.
Oh my god.
I'm
SmackDown.
Gonna, I'm gonna
Spit
lose
or
my
swallow?
fucking mind. Spit.
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 Yeah.
AEW Rampage. Let's get this fucking over with. Jesus Christ.
Can I start? Can I start?
We kicked off Rampage. Adam Cole defeating Jake Atlas, and then Undefined Erection gets ran off by the Average at Best Friends. Andrade interview. Andrade wants Darby. Bieber defeats Aaron Solo and then drops QT after the match. Ruby and Riho defeat Britt and Hayter. Dan Gable promo. Lots of talking about sucking, talking about an interim title because apparently Cody got COVID. So now they are coming up with an interim champion. Interesting idea. Wonder if someone else could have done that when their champion got COVID. Neither here nor there. Scorpio and Ethan are still upset that nobody gives a fuck about them. And then in our main event, it is a street fight. It is 2.0 and Daniel Garcia versus Proud and Powerful and Kingston, at the end of which Proud and Powerful get jumped by 2.0 and Garcia, and Jericho comes down to make the save, running off the bad guys. Are we swallowing anything?
Yeah, I'm swallowing the fact that the Chicago Bulls won 9 games in a row because, like always, I always watch the.
So, Katie, are
Thank
you
you.
swallowing anything?
Yeah, Adam Cole and Jake Atlas, because that match was really good. And I talked about it yesterday.
Yes.
Like Atlas got hurt. He tweeted about it today. He's fine. Nothing like super damaging. But the match was very good. And they said it on TV that Adam Cole is the ranking system bullshit, but he's ranked number 1 right now, which means we're probably gonna get Hangman and Adam Cole soon, and that's really what I want because
as long as Adam Cole gets the championship.
Because I mean, I love me some Hangman, but like Adam Cole, baby, it doesn't have to be now. Like save it for the next pay-per-view, which is a few months away.
Unless Hangman comes out with assless chaps and a thong, I will always be rooting for Adam Cole to win that match because he is not my champion if he's not wrestling in assless chaps.
All chaps are assless.
Also, the fact that you decided to spit Hangman winning the title because he didn't wear assless chaps is asinine.
Should have worn assless chaps.
And
You
the audio proved that you said you were spitting the Hangman win.
Yep.
Audio proved it.
Proof.
I think he was just more about the assless chaps.
Yeah.
He should have said
But
that.
that's
first
not
then.
what
That
he
was
said.
that's what was
The
said. It's
audio
like,
said
no,
it said
no.
I am my biggest spit is
It's
the
the
Hangman win.
it's the
Vince,
Hangman
go
win.
back.
Without.
I did go back, and it's like the Hangman win that win. And I would elaborate onto the fact that he didn't wear assless chaps, which has been my biggest gripe about Hangman.
But the
Page this whole
argument
time.
was that you specifically said your biggest spit was the Hangman win, and you said those words never came out of your mouth. And we played the audio back, and the exact quote was, "My biggest spit was the Hangman win." Then you elaborated on what
Context.
part of the win. Context
You-
did not matter. It was
you
about
should-
what you said, and you
should
said
have
what you said.
You should have said if your biggest gripe was because he wasn't wearing assless chaps, which that's a weird fetish you got going on. Congratulations. But
How is that a
He's got-
bad fetish?
got
Everyone
nice ass.
wants to see another attractive person in assless chaps. That's very common.
what I'm trying to say is you should have been like, my biggest spit of the year is Hangman didn't wear assless chaps. That's how you
but-
could have phrased it.
But I am still on the train that I'm spitting the fact that he won without assless chaps.
You didn't even say that
Okay.
he won without assless chaps. You said my biggest spit is that Hangman won, and then you went into how him not wearing assless chaps bothered you. But you did not say those words, him winning without assless
so
chaps.
I get my biggest fault here is that I didn't elaborate my point. The bigger point here is that the Chicago Bulls are on a 9-game win streak, and we could.
Get it?
So I'm swallowing Adam Cole versus Jake Atlas as well. Love seeing the
Same.
undefined erection together at the end of the match.
Yes.
Fantastic. Shout out UE. Average at Best Friends show up as well. I'm also going to swallow Ruby and Riho defeating Britt and Jamie Hayter.
Good match.
It was a good match.
Yep. Same. I like that too. The Jake Atlas Adam Cole match was great. It's funny because I was trying to think like, have they ever not had a match on NXT before this?
Mm-mm.
And I think this is their first on air, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, man. I forgot how much like Atlas could go. You know what I'm saying?
Because Atlas wasn't really like, he was more so in like the cruiserweight division.
Oh, right,
like, with
right.
him and like Swerve and everything.
That's true. That's true.
I don't even think that. I think they barely gave that man anything.
Well, what I'm saying is like Adam wouldn't have like faced off with him.
No.
Yeah, they were like
That's
a different
that's what I'm saying.
storylines, different like they never crossed paths, basically. You know, maybe cross streams. However,
Speaking of which, I just rewatched Ghostbusters Afterlife with the wife last night, and it's still fantastic.
isn't it great? We got to do that
Love
review,
it.
by the way. We got to do that review, by the way.
Yep. It is now on my Vudu. I actually bought it because it was for early access for purchase, so it's there.
What?
Uh,
Wait, where? Okay, after
Online
after the show,
digital
after the show,
digital
after the show.
purchase only. It's digital only.
Yes. Okay.
Good to know. Thank you.
Justin, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah. What's up?
Did you watch SmackDown and Rampage tonight?
I watch SmackDown, but not Rampage.
Okay.
Why?
Because when I was going through SmackDown and I mentioned Mickey James, you got really surprised, like you didn't know Mickey James was announced for it. And then I could just tell by the way you were talking about Rampage. You were just like, yeah, no, that was a really good match. Like,
Why'd you
I
gotta
knew what
call
you were
that man out? Why you gotta call that man out?
because I had to see if I was right. I had to see if I was
After
right.
the show? Why you gotta put him on blast on the show?
I gotta deny it. I gotta deny it. Though.
Exactly.
You know,
Why you gotta do it live on the air? Why we're recording? For the world to see that this man didn't come prepared for the job that he was assigned to come to.
hold
For
on.
entertainment value.
You got room to
And-
talk.
If everyone knows where we are,
They know
and
what to
you had-
expect from me.
and you had mentioned the Bulls, you know that after SmackDown, I went and go watch the Bulls. So
Yeah, exactly. Are we swallowing anything
Hey,
else? from
Kobe White though.
Rampage?
Kobe White though. Ooh, he out here balling.
This is not a Bulls podcast. Go do that on Straight Talk. Anything else from Rampage that we're swallowing? Katie, since you and I are the only ones that actually watched it. I'm spitting the main event. I'm spitting Dan Gable, spitting fucking Bieber versus QT and Solo.
Yep.
Rampage overall, spit or swallow.
I'm
Spit in
just-
it.
Gargle undecidedly.
Gargle. But part of me is just like, Adam Cole's match was really good. Fuck it, I'll swallow it for Adam Cole's match.
That I did see. That's the only thing I did see.
I must spit the fact that Adam Cole versus Jake Atlas was in the main event, which didn't allow me to see the match because I was watching the Bulls game.
That's your own fucking fault.
No, that's all AW Rampage's fault for rearranging their matches once again. 2 weeks in a row, rearranging their matches in an improper, inconvenient way for me that upset me and annoyed me and bothered me. Had they just made Adam Cole and Jake Atlas the main event, I would have been able to watch the Bulls game.
They weren't
and catch the
going
main
to.
event. They should have.
There
It
was
the best
no
match.
build to it. There was Adam making a comment on Dynamite.
They're literally all the bigger names. They're all the bigger names. Like Rampage has like this history, like this commonplace where like everything exciting happens in the first half hour and then everything else is ass.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I'm spitting it.
I'm a gargle undecidedly. I
True.
like two matches. I spit the rest. So that's a 50-50 for me. Because I don't give a fuck about Hook. I don't understand all you people loving Hook. He looks sleepy all the time. Like he just got woke up from a nap, went out and wrestled. He's gonna go back, suck his thumb, and go back to sleep. What was your favorite show of the week, Katie?
Oh God. I'm gonna say NXT.
Okay. Justin?
NXT, baby.
Vince?
The replay of SmackDown 2005 of back in November that I
my
watched on
Vince.
Peacock.
Vince?
I spit every show this week.
I understand
Fucking
that.
pick one.
Which one did you not spit the most?
The Chicago Bulls game.
Oh
Vince?
my god. It's because he's fucking
Guess-
hammered over there.
I'm not hammered. That's the crazy thing. I'm sober as fuck. I guess I'll just give it a SmackDown because they didn't kill NXT.
And I'm gonna go with Dynamite because it's the only show that A didn't have Matt Riddle, B didn't have
Yep.
brand split bullshit,
Yep.
and C wasn't Rampage. So,
Yep.
But as per my co-host and our guest host, in a 2-to-1-to-1 ruling, NXT best show of the week as per the Smackin' Raw podcast.
Trash.
Justin, if it still exists, let everyone know about the Get Show podcast.
Oof.
Well, I have Get Your Podcast. It's still there. All the episodes are still there. If you want to see us do sweaty sessions with using, wrestlers, making them R&B music, or, wrestlers using, sexy hotlines, it's all there. Check out the episodes, all available on Spotify, Apple, all the other shit that you can find all the other podcasts at. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram, or you can find me here with your homies, with my homies.
And that's all at Get Show podcast.
Yeah, at Get Your Podcast. How you doing?
Want to spell that for the people?
What's that?
Would you like to spell that for the people?
Get Your Podcast?
Yeah.
GETCHO at podcast.
At podcast.
At GETCHO podcast. Listen, I guarantee you there are some white people here that are like white people who might not know how to find Get
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
not
so
gonna
show.
Well, I guess to look for it on the Spotify and all those search engines, it's GET space CHO, then podcast, and look for the speak bubble, and then you'll find it.
There you go.
Please help me out.
Katie, you got some fun stuff coming up very soon.
Yes, I do. You can follow me on Twitter at KatieWrestling13. No, I'm not spelling it for you. Linktree in my bio, take you all things She Lead Showcase. Just dropped an episode yesterday. My God. YouTube, twitch.tv/She Lead Showcase, Thursdays 9 p.m. Eastern for the time being. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. I have my episode of Inside the Mind of dropping on Monday. Thank you to Matt, who was my Katie Walters. That episode is I got drunk. Let's just put it like that. Let's just leave it at that. Matt was there. He witnessed it all. He kind of started feeling bad for me after the fact. So it's going to be a good watch and a good listen. So
Wasn't just
make sure you
me.
check that out. Yeah, there's a special appearance or two. You just have to watch and find out.
Hi.
So Monday it drops.
Monday drop.
Vince, would you like to talk about your stuff?
Are we still talking about my penis, or are you talking about content that I create for the show?
Listen, if we're gonna talk about if we're gonna talk about I swear to God there was a cartoon anteater that had a name and now I can't think of it. So if I do, we'll refer to it as
Earthworm
He's
Jim?
an
Earthworm Jim?
Arthur was an aardvark.
You fucking idiot.
Anyway,
Earthworm Jim?
if we wanted to talk about your anteater, we talk about it on OnlyFans. I told you if you want me to rub off on you, I will for OnlyFans, but that's it. Anyway, content.
But no. Find me on all social media platforms at SES Vince. In my bio, you will find the linktree /SES Vince to find the Straight Talk podcast, where I do talk more Bulls content, which I've also done with Justin here. I've done wrestling content as well. I've done drafts and stuff. I have a very interesting, let's put it that way, Pokemon podcast coming up with Jizzy from the now defunct Deadass Girls podcast. So
Not the Funk Get Show podcast.
the now defunct No, but me and Jizzy we're gonna go ahead and meet up tomorrow, and it's gonna either drop either Monday afternoon or Friday afternoon next week. So after you're done watching Katie's Inside the Mind, you can go ahead and get inside me and Jizzy's weird mind and talk about Pokemon with us. So it should be fun. Should be fun. Also, follow the Smackin' Raw's sister channel or sister podcast, Spitter Swallow, which I host. We just dropped the day one-ish Spitter Swallow, featuring Katie Kinsey Bebe and Mr. Matt Ritter making his Spitter Swallow debut. It was a fun 50 breezy minute show. Go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. I don't know if we have like an actual link, but creationworld.com should give us everything correct.
There is not a specific, like, we don't have enough subs for custom URL.
Okay. But follow us on social media at Smackin' the Raw Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Matt runs the Twitter. I run the Instagram. We are currently sitting at 263 followers on Instagram, and this account hasn't even been up for a year. So the goal is to double it. So hopefully by this time next year, we're at like 500 followers. So go ahead and follow us on Instagram. I post all our thumbnails on there. So just give it a like.
And as you guys know, you guys can follow me at Matt Ritter, at MATTRIDDER on Twitter only. Also, Vince said it, Twitter and Instagram at Smackin' the Raw Pod. Check us out there. Go subscribe to the YouTube, please, so that we can get that custom URL. I know Katie wants one. We want one too, because why the fuck not? We're special. You like us, do it. Creation World is a banner under which this podcast exists. So go check out creationworld.com, facebook.com/Creation World, facebook.com/group/Smackin' the Raw. If you're over on Facebook and you want to talk wrestling, facebook.com/group/Super Flash Hero of Tomorrow, which I haven't done in a while. If you guys want to do that, we've also got Dungeons After Dark, which may or may not come back. All that great content. We've got a Spider-Man podcast for the Havoc Hour that is out and available with Katie and Justin and I and Mr. Reek Havoc. So please go check that out on YouTube or listen to it. We would appreciate it.
Matt's entire rundown of the movie is the big highlight of the whole thing. It's hilarious how he runs.
Oh, so the rest of us are just nothing. Thanks, Vince.
That was the highlight. I'm sorry. Like, Matt does a fantastic work of reimagining the movie in his own image. It's fantastic.
No, I get it. It's fine.
Hey, look, I'm smitten with Matt. I'm smitten with Matt.
Let's just end the show.
No. Final shout out. Justin at Heel Tactics on Twitter, Jalen on the beat, Jalen on the tweet. Thank you for the new intro that debuted for Spitter Swallow. Hope you guys enjoyed it. He does fantastic fucking work. Go ahead and check that man out. Commission him right now.
For Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe, Daddy Delgado, and Justin Santos of the Get Show podcast. I am the Warden Matt Ritter. We are Smackin' the Raw, the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub.
I'm the real Pornhub.
Okada, baby. Okada, Wrestle Kingdom 16. Y'all check it out. Okada. Shout out to Okada, the Rainmaker.
We don't acknowledge make believe. All right, bye.
Wrestle Kingdom.